Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Layla, and as you can tell by the title of this video, we're gonna do a Q&A. I have not done a Q&A in a hot minute. Q&As are hard for a small YouTuber, micro-influencer if you wanna say, because people don't ask questions like that. Because when other people do this, who are huge YouTubers, they get like overwhelming amounts of questions. That's just not the case for me. So I almost had to abort this plan of doing a Q&A today because I posted on YouTube. I'm not on social media right now. And nobody asked questions. But then I had a couple people ask questions, but then my girl Megan came through. So thank you, Megan. She's been a subscriber and supporter of me for some time now. I've seen her name everywhere. So she came through with the questions and helped out a ton. But yeah, this is just gonna be a chill Q&A and we're gonna run through the questions. First question is from Tulsi. Tulsi, what is something you're most proud of that you did this past year? Honestly, I have quite a few things that I am proud of from this past year, and a lot of it has to do with consistency. I feel like I'm very proud of how consistent I am when it comes to just about everything in my life. I'm very consistent with my workouts and going to the gym. I'm very consistent with walking. I'm consistent with uploading videos every week on this channel and my other channel. For the most part, I've been consistent with publishing a blog post just about every week and sending out an email every week to my blog subscribers. So I think that's the main thing that I'm proud of, because I feel like that just makes the world of a difference for creating your own thing. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to being on YouTube and creating a blog or just any internet-based business, basically just putting yourself out there, a lot of people give up after a few months, even a few weeks, or if not that, then they would give up within a couple of years. And I'm just proud that I keep on doing this. Next question comes from Rachel. How fulfilling is it coming off of social media? I have taken a couple breaks here and there, and I get so at peace, but still feel like my business would do better if I am active. But when I start, I get sucked back into the scrolling hole. Yeah, I think how fulfilling is it coming off of social media? I think fulfilling is the wrong word, at least in how I would describe it. I think social media is not a bad thing, but for me, it was very distracting, which I don't like that. And it just didn't make me feel good about how I was spending my time, about how I was thinking of things. The time I was putting into it, it just wasn't worth it to me. And being off of it the first time, when I was off of social media the first time, it was like over 6 months, mostly off of Instagram. And I just didn't think about it. I guess I really appreciate not being in everybody's business, and I also appreciate not having to post. Like, it feels like a burden almost, because I would stress about the captions I was writing, what photos to take. I would have to, get dressed up and take photos in public, whatever, which is fine. I think that's a good thing to do because it is your business. But for me, it was just very distracting and not very useful, because my Instagram, which is what I consider the most distracting social media platform, it was not really helping my YouTube channel to grow or my blog to grow. It wasn't boosting my traffic, anything like that. There were just a few clicks here and there. And I also wasn't really able to grow my Instagram following, which is very frustrating and not something that I really want to care about. I don't know the word that I'm looking for to replace fulfilling, but I definitely prefer being off of social media because the time, you save so much time not scrolling through it. And I remember getting back on social media like last year after I took the long break, and it just felt so strange. I was like, why am I clicking through people's stories that I genuinely do not care about? And obviously there are some things that, it makes me want to try something or look into something because I would learn something from their story or from their Instagram post. But for the most part, it was like them showing their coffee in the morning and decorating the background of it, recording their squats or recording themselves walking or just a selfie. And that's fine. Whatever you want to post, that's cool. But it just felt very shallow even for me to post that. I'm like, oh, let me post my coffee and make it cute. Like, why? Nobody cares. And I think about how I scroll through social media. Like, when you're on the stories, I'm legit like tap, 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 tap. Like, I don't care. So it's like, what's the point of me posting? If I'm doing that to other people's stories, I'm sure most people who view my stories are doing that as well. I don't necessarily feel that my business would do better if I was on social media, and I may get back on this December because I have some bigger business things planned, but I don't think it would be long term, and I really don't think it helps that much. If a certain social media platform is really helping your business, then I think the best thing to do is either hire somebody or to set limits on what you do and do the scheduling from an internet, like a computer-based app where it schedules at a certain time and you're doing it all from your computer rather than from your phone, so that you're not tempted to scroll, because it's such a waste of time. And yeah, you definitely do get sucked back in as soon as you get back on it. I don't know if I really answered the question, but I don't see myself getting back on long term for a while because I don't really need it, and I would rather grow my stuff more organically, I guess. Not that it's not organic, but for example, my personal finance YouTube channel, I've been growing without an Instagram, basically. So I already completed filming this video, and then Olivia came through with a few more questions. So thank you, Olivia. We're gonna answer these too. She asked, are you grateful you got to work from home, or do you not like the experience? Good question. I am so grateful I get to work from home. However, I am struggling with it a little bit just because I can't really work from home. As a bench scientist, I need a lab to work in. And so I've really kind of exhausted the things that I can do when it comes to computer work. I've been home for 7 months, which sounds insane. There's been a lot, it's been up and down for me. I'm so grateful I get to work from home. My pay has stayed the same. I even got a raise earlier in June. My job is still there waiting for me. I'll get to go back when we do get to go back. The only thing that I really hate is that it is pretty lonely here. I don't like the computer work related to work, like my full-time job, and it's just been a lot of the same thing every day, which has been frustrating. And I do miss my coworkers. I miss talking with them. I miss seeing them. However, I have gotten really used to working from home at this point, just being a homebody. So it's gonna be interesting having to go back. I don't know when I get to go back, but overall, yes, hugely grateful for getting to work from home and everything that has come out of this. But I'm definitely feeling the effects of it, especially because it's been so long and I'm just by myself, which I like. I like being by myself, but it's just, like I said, the same thing every day, the same view every day, the same sounds, I don't know, it just gets a little overwhelming, I guess, but it's whatever. She then asked, what is your favorite tradition? And to be honest, I don't have many traditions that I go through. I mean, I would say around holidays, my family has some more traditions. I guess one of my favorites is Thanksgiving. I am vegan, so me and my sister are both vegan in the family, and so me and her cook Thanksgiving lunch, I guess it is, together. And my parents are divorced, so my mom joins us for Thanksgiving lunch, and it's always all vegan, of course, and I really enjoy that. I love the food we make. Food always makes me happy, and I really like just the whole morning of it, because typically we would watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. It's always on the TV, and then we would watch like the dog show after, and then maybe like a Christmas movie after if there's time. This year will be a little bit different because there's no Thanksgiving Day Parade, which is so upsetting because they could have just done it without people there, I feel, but it's fine. The other one is Christmas morning, which we've done for quite some time. Even before I was vegan, we would have French toast with cream cheese in the center of it. My dad is a really good cook, so we would have, what's the bread? It's like really thick bread. I gotta look it up. Challah bread is what we would use. That is not vegan, so we can't use it anymore. But we would always have the challah bread and then cream cheese in the center, and he would make it like typical French toast. But now we make a vegan version of it, and that is always our Christmas morning tradition, is the French toast with cream cheese and fruit. We usually have like syrup and sometimes like whipped cream, I think, to put on top. That's the other tradition, again, around food, because I guess that's all I care about. She then asks, what is your daily routine updated? Lately, it just depends. I can't give you a straightforward routine. And to be honest, over the last month or so, I've been going through a phase where I'm just allowing myself to sleep. I have not been waking up early. And like before, I was waking up at 4:30, as you guys know. I have not been doing that. Something feels tired in me. Like I keep saying this in all my vlogs. I'm very tired. I don't know if something's wrong or what it may be, but I just am having a hard time. So I've been allowing myself to sleep a little bit longer. It just depends on when I wake up. Like today I woke up at 6:45, but the other day I woke up at like 8:30. So honestly, it just depends. I'm just allowing my body to do what it wants to do at this point. I also don't sleep well, so that's another thing that really got worse during quarantine for me, is I'm not sleeping as well, and so it's harder to wake up at 4:30. But sometimes I'll work out in the morning, sometimes I don't, and I'll just go ahead and eat breakfast first, and I log onto my work computer, but I've also been doing a lot of blogging and filming videos, editing videos. I've been doing coaching, financial coaching with 4 different people. I go for a walk every single day. That's the main thing that has stayed truly consistent. Usually in the later afternoon, I go for at least an hour walk, usually longer though. After that, I shower and I have dinner. Typically I'll get some more work done. I'll edit some more, or I do research on something. Sometimes I watch movies even. That's usually on like a Friday. I'll watch a movie before bed, and then I wind down. So I will sometimes have tea and a snack before bed, and I journal, and I read before bed. I always read before bed. That has stayed consistent too. And I go to sleep. So it just depends. Honestly, I can't give you a consistent routine right now just because it has been so different. And even like when I get on to work, it doesn't make a difference because I'm not going into work. So if I want to log on at 7 and finish at 3, I can do that. If I want to get on at 10 o'clock and finish at 6, I can do that. So yeah. All of the next questions are from Megan. So thank you so much, Megan, for real. Her first question is, what do you think you'll do to celebrate becoming debt-free? I'm so excited to become debt-free. And if you don't know, I have a personal finance channel where I share my debt updates every month. And honestly, my opinion on becoming debt-free is changing recently, and that's something I'll save for the other channel. And it's still something that I am thinking about, but it's still a goal of mine to be completely debt-free within the next couple of years. And I can't even imagine what that's gonna feel like. I know I'm gonna cry. I probably will go out to eat, maybe with my boyfriend, and it's on me, you know, like, and I'll probably give like a really generous tip or something like that because I've always wanted to do that, and at that point I would feel more comfortable doing it. But aside from that, I do know that I'm gonna be saving for this in the meantime, like, I don't know, starting next year or something. But I do want to get MiraDry, which is like a sweat treatment, and probably laser hair removal. I know that's so random, but that's literally probably my debt-free reward, is getting those 2 things. MiraDry to stop my armpits from sweating, and then laser hair removal, like full body. But we'll see. Her second question is, what do you miss being able to buy on your no spend year? I am doing a no spend year, and I have some rules set in place. No electronics, no clothes, no shoes, etc. Honestly, I've got to say, not much. I'm so glad I did this because I have looked at things online and thought in my head like, oh, this is something that I would purchase right now, and not put second thought into it if I wasn't doing this no spend year. And then later, like a month later, a couple weeks later even, I would look back and be really glad that I'm doing this, because I wouldn't have wanted that item anymore, or it wouldn't have really benefited me in any way. But I would say the main thing is just gym clothes, because that's like my favorite thing. Especially in the past, I would buy like hundreds of dollars of gym clothes each year, and probably sneakers, because I did see like a pair of sneakers I wanted at like a discount store one time. But it feels good not to buy it. Like, there's really nothing that I miss that much. But even after my no spend year, I don't really anticipate spending much on the things that I had off limits. I'm gonna be allowing myself to purchase things within a budget. I really want it to be good quality items and things that I believe in, like more sustainable products and things that actually bring value to my life, like books and plants and anything that would go in my home that makes me happy. Next question, how did you and Sebastian meet? Sebastian is my boyfriend. We've been together for over 3 years now, and we met at the gym. So he actually used to work at the gym, and then he also worked out at the gym. It was Gold's Gym, and I miss it dearly. But yeah, he followed me on Instagram, and then we met like officially. I had seen him before. We met officially at the gym. We literally like were not talking or anything. It was just like, hey, because we followed each other on Instagram. And then eventually he messaged me on Instagram in the DMs and he will forever deny this, but he literally has the proof in his phone of when he messaged me first. But he messaged me first on Instagram, and ever since that day we have not gone a day without talking. So it was very friendly at first. Like, I was very confused as to what he wanted, because I'm like, friends don't talk this much, but we also weren't talking in that way whatsoever for quite some time. We were just like friends. He was pretending to just be my friend, but I'm like, friends don't talk like this. But yeah, eventually it got to the point where we were talking, and then several months later we officially were together. Next question, celebrity dinner party. What 3 guests would you choose, dead or alive? This is a good question. I know 2 for sure. I was trying to think of a third one. Number 1 would be Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V. I love him. He's my favorite person like ever. Number 2 would be Tony Robbins. He has also significantly impacted my life. Both of them together are like a dream. I was thinking like Jennifer Lawrence, because she's just so funny. I don't know who the third person would be. It would probably be like another entrepreneur slash motivational speaker. Napoleon Hill. I don't know. He's not alive anymore, but like I find it fascinating that he was so ahead of his time. Like his mentality versus other people back in the day, or at least what I'm assuming it was like. So maybe Napoleon Hill. Yeah, I don't know. Definitely Gary Vee and Tony Robbins though. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would you choose? Of places that I know of, that I've actually been to, I would say Australia, because I did study abroad in Australia for a month, and I literally think about Australia every single day. I loved Australia. It was amazing. I got to go all throughout Queensland, even got to go to the Great Barrier Reef, like on the Lady Elliot Island. Yeah, Australia was awesome. It was so clean. It was so beautiful. The people were friendly and more talkative. The food tasted better. Just everything was better about it, aside from, I guess it was more expensive, but whatever. But more realistically, I would say, I haven't been here, but like Hawaii, because I know it's beautiful. So that's probably where I would choose. What job did you want when you were little? Ironically, I wanted to be an artist, which technically I am. So that's pretty cool, because I write and make videos. I create courses. So that's somewhat a form of being an artist. Yeah, I was definitely into drawing and painting when I was little, so I would always say I wanted to be an artist, and my parents were like, yeah. Obviously they didn't think I was serious, but first celebrity crush. I think it was Aaron Carter. I think it was Aaron Carter because he was like in the Lizzie McGuire movie or show, whatever. And that's like when he was popular. I really liked his songs. I also really liked Bow Wow. I know I had a crush on him too, but I don't know if that was later. For sure Aaron Carter though. And now isn't he like a crackhead or something? I don't know. And she left off with an amazing question. When are the mugs available? What she's referring to are my merch mugs. This one, I will go put them up right now. I meant to put them up. I just wanted to make sure I really liked this. So I'll go put them up right now. I will put this one with my logo on both sides, and then I'll also put up this one, Plants, Coffee, Books, onto a mug. This one that I have is 15 ounce. There's also a 12 ounce. So this is also available. Sweatshirt, Plants, Coffee, and Books. And then on the back, for the gray one, I did change the logo to white font for my Living Like Layla area. And every other color has my typical logo with like the gray font, and there are multiple colors available. There are also t-shirts. It's always linked down below. It's on my Etsy shop. I am not fulfilling the orders, just so you guys know. It is through Printful, so it takes a little bit longer, but this is how I can make it the most cost efficient. I think it's pretty cool. So thanks for asking, Megan. I will put these up. By the time this video is up, it will be linked down below. So that is it for my Q&A. Thank you to the 3 people who sent me questions. I really appreciate it. If you have any further questions, comment down below and I could maybe accumulate them and put it into a video in the future. Next week's video will be a vlog, so stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next week.